So this is a recap for live stream 167, I believe. And as we can see, we've had a losing day. This losing day, rather small in comparison. It doesn't completely tell the whole story of the day. It was could have been a pretty bad day, but we managed to recover some of the losses that we did take. So we'll have a look at the gold first. We took a couple of trades on gold. We went long for a continuation. The primary trade, we weren't here for it, so went long. Prices pulled back, decided to exit. Thought about going back long again, but good thing I didn't, because it would have came down to the stop. Went long on this bullish candle here. Similar idea, thinking of a continuation. Held the position, held the position, held the position. Finally, I believe I closed the position there for 13 loss. I then went short, and the short wasn't a part of the strategy. This short was pretty much based on the fact that I thought after prices stalled to go higher that we would come down and retest that stop area. So went short, took profit, picked up 8 there. So it wasn't a designed trade. YM, we didn't like the way our price action looked early on, so we avoided it. We avoided YM because it seemed a little bit choppy. All the instruments seemed a bit choppy out of the gates today. RTY, it did seem choppy, but it was heading to the downside. On RTY, it's pretty clear it was heading to the downside. So when we got the opportunity to take a short, we did take a short on RTY. So we took a short here. It went in our favor, came within 3 ticks of the target at 89.2. Price reversed. Didn't like the price action, how strong prices were, so took it off for minus 5. Minus 500, 5.5 there, loss. On ES, we took a couple of trades. Again, we didn't like the price action. We're trapped in a range, but I looked at the fact that we saw prices were being bought off this 93.75, so I went long. Thought, well, it isn't actually truly part of the strategy, so decided to exit. And we took a NQ trade at the same time. Took an NQ trade at the same time, but we took it off. We then went long again, and it was because price came down to the level again at 93.75. We then had this bullish candle. We had to push lower with this wick. Then we closed bullish, so we decided to go long. Held that position all the way up. Well, price actually hit the target we had at 15.625. And now we must look at the instrument, which caused us to overtrade a fair bit, but ultimately resulted in somewhat recovery in our P&L. So the first trade, we had the opportunity to get in at as prices pulled back. We went long, didn't like the price action, exited for a loss. Saw prices turn around here, thought prices would go higher towards the target that we did have, and we went long again. Prices pulled back again, so we exited for another loss. So we lost 16.5 there, 11,750 there. We then went long, and that was with the ES trade over here that we exited early on. We picked up 4. Over here we went long, and with this we went into profit a fair bit. The target was up at 34. Prices got as high as 29.75. Saw prices put in this bearish candle, held. After this third bearish candle, didn't like what I was seeing in terms of the price action, so took it off for 12.250 loss. So it was in profit by a fair bit, but we took it off for a loss. Went long on this candle. The only reason I went long pretty much was this bullish candle. It wasn't a good justification. I took it off for a loss as prices continued selling. Went long again. Again, the longs were being taken because of what I was seeing here on the daily chart. I did think it looked bullish, as if it would have continuation. Went long, took it for a loss. Went long again, took another loss there. Went long again, took another loss. So I've been taking a series of losses. So I thought price would bounce off this low here. So I took a couple of longs through there. Price came down to the 200 period, so the first try, and took it off. went for a second try off the 200. Now I was a bit cautious about taking the longs off the 200 because the 200 hasn't shown itself to be being held as support today. But took the trade, had a bit of a tighter stop on it. We held a position, thought at this point we'd be stopped out. Held a position, trailed using these green lines here, just around previous swings. And more recently, as price came through the 14 here, got to 14.25. We decided to take the position off because we thought we could see a pullback. Originally wanted to trail down to 505, trail to 505 and then see if we can get a move up towards the highs, but took the trade off early, which is a good thing because price would have came down to the trail stop at the 505. And as we can see here, prices are still continuing to head to the upside. We are seeing much better price action here in the afternoon in comparison to the morning where we had a lot of chops. We can see this in terms of these wicks here. A lot of volatility despite the market being in a range of about 209 points at the time of recording this. Of course, once we break through the highs, which will be the high of the day, the range will expand. And that's pretty much it in terms of talking about the trades. We'll have a look at the trade performance. Look at this. So we had the pullback down to 88, having to move through 22s. Well, I've decided to stop trading for the day, so let's continue with this recap. So let's just have a look here. I'm just going to bring over the trade performance tab. So if we hit the generate button on the performance tab, we can see a sea of red, of course. Oh, we should have showed what the trade that recovered most of our profit was. I didn't actually. So it was this trade from down here all the way up to that 511, picked up 57,750 there. And we'll have a look at our trade performance. So it's a sea of red. As we can see here, we started trading around 10:13 Eastern Standard Time. So we drew down the account. We had a brief recovery all the way back down to 23. Drew down even further down to 74. And more recently, we can see the account will be ending the day down only 17. So what we'd expect here is to have a negative profit factor, which we do. We can see total gains, total losses. Picked up 85, 102. Let's see, accuracy 52%. That seems about right. Average win to average loss again seems about right. I think we had a break even in there somewhere, or pretty close to. Largest win compared to largest loss, and that's pretty much the trade I had there at the end. That was by far the biggest trade, so that's what's accounted for this largest win. And because we got filled on 46 contracts, we got filled on 4, and then we got filled on 46 contracts. Hence the reason why the largest win is so big, and the largest loss pretty small. I'd like it if all days had losses this small. Average largest losing trade. But that's it for now. So despite having a losing day, there were some positives to take out of it. Of course, there were negatives that didn't follow the trading plan. But I do seem to be reading the market a lot better these days. It's not great to have a losing day, but to recover from being down minus 74, I'll definitely take it and consider it a positive day. And with that said, thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.